what I've got going on here is I've got a little situation where I've got a dark photo. We want to adjust this photograph. So last week we talked about layers. Here's our layers panel. I'm going to bring that out over here so it's not in the way. And what I'm going to do is we want to adjust this photograph. This is a nice photograph per se, but very dark. You can see in the background that the water's lit very well. The trees are lit okay. So in the layers panel, we didn't talk about some of the different things that are going on here. We have our adjustment layers. Adjustment layers are great for non-destructive editing. So what I'm going to show you here real fast is I'm going to show you how to do a curves adjustment. So if we take a curves adjustment, we discussed early in the semester how to adjust the photo that was not quite color corrected, had a tinge to it. See this curve right here? Well, it's not a curve, it's a straight line, but this curves dialog box. These are our shadows. These over here are our highlights. So if we bring this up, see what happens? We can adjust this here. But what we want to do is we want to grab the midtones. We're going to grab that slider and pull it up a little bit. And you're going to see how we can adjust this photo very quickly and easily with the curves. We can pull the shadows in more just so you can see what's going on. That doesn't do us any good. We can bring the highlights in a little more, but that's going to make it kind of look a little blown out. So we're going to leave it like that. And now we have a curves adjustment layer. This is now putting the adjustment of the curves right on the photograph, but we can turn that off at any point in time and see what's going on. That's what I mean by non-destructive editing. That layer, that curves adjustment layer, is not attached to the photo, where we could take the photo and do a curves adjustment right on the photo, but then when we're done, it's done. So that is more of a destructive editing. We always want to be able to go back to whatever we're doing here. Now, let's try something else. I'm going to take that curves adjustment layer, just like a layer, I'm going to take it to the trash can and I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to come back down to the adjustment layers, and let's go to a levels adjustment layer. Levels are going to be just a lot like curves, but a little different. And we talked about this with the other photos. Let's take a look and see what we can do here. If we go to the red, see there's still no highlights. Green, maybe we'll pull the green slider in a little bit. That warms up the greens. And blue, pull that in a little bit. And go to the RGB and brighten the photo up a little bit. Now in this case, the curves adjustment layer, the levels adjustment layer, doesn't work quite as well as the curves adjustment layer. It's because we're doing more of a linear type of situation, and we're going to affect just the midtones and not a little bit of the highlights, a little bit of the shadows, stuff like that. So I'm going to say OK, and because I don't like that as much, I'm going to drag that to the trash. Like so. So we can do all kinds of adjustment layers. There's, just to show you, we have exposure, levels, brightness, contrast, vibrance, hue and saturation. We're going to learn more about these as we go, but adjustment layer is a great way to change a photo without being destructive. I'm going to show you a little bit on Camera Raw to adjust the photo in just a second here in the next video, and you'll get to see more of what we can do.